Hello everyone, my name's Jonathan Swift. I'm the managing editor of Education Today magazine. I'm here today on the Class VR stand with Hugh Williams, CEO of Avantis Education, home of Class VR. Hi Hugh,
Hi,
nice
Jonathan.
to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you again too.
So can you tell us what's Class VR showing today at BETT?
Yeah, fantastic. We're really showing our VR, XR solutions for the classroom. Really how you implement this type of technology. I mean, implementing any technology in a classroom isn't easy. But I think, when you're removing senses from children, that gets even harder. So, what we're showing is all of the tools that a teacher needs to really deliver this and improve student outcomes, because that's what it's all about really, isn't it?
So we hear a lot about virtual reality these days. Why is it so important?
Well, I think, what it is a new way of learning. We talk about you experience, you remember what you experience. 10% of what you read, you remember, 90% of what you experience. And I think we can all think back to our childhood about some of our most immersive experiences is what we remember. And that's what VR gives you, a really immersive, enclosed experience to understand topics in greater depth. And I think it offers that. And I think what we're seeing with all of our schools globally using VR is exactly that, and really the impact that has on student outcomes.
And moving on, Hugh, what are some of the common applications in the classroom, let's say, of VR?
Yeah, I mean, we'd like not to be pigeonholed in just STEM. I think, we're at a technology show here, and the obvious one is that it's STEM. But for us, it's really cross-curricular. We see great uses in English language. We find that when students use VR, their vocabulary expands. We've got some great studies of when they talk, they try and articulate a topic, maybe of going under the sea. And then we put them in a VR scene where they swim with a shark or swim with turtles. And then, it's phenomenal, the story and the way they can articulate that after experiencing it in VR. So I think from our perspective, that really is what the technology offers.
And obviously with the technology that's talked about a lot these days, maybe you could articulate some of the misconceptions around VR?
Yeah, I think with any technology, as I mentioned at the start, when you put it in a classroom, it's a difficult environment. I mean, if you think of a business with 1,000 employees, they'll have a full IT team and IT suites to look after technology. And we're asking schools to do a lot with technology and really manage that and run that. And I think at Avantis and Class VR, we understand that, and I think that's really the ethos of everything that we put in a classroom. We try and make it simple, not only for the students to use, but for the teachers to manage and deliver that, but also for the IT technicians. Making sure it's easy to work with the networks, making sure it's very easy for a teacher to find content, deliver that to students, and then the important thing is the students have the experience. And there's nothing worse than when you've got a limited time to try and get a student to understand a topic, and you spend half of that time trying to get technology to work. So we work hard on not only giving the experiences, but making that simple for our users and for our teachers to deliver.
That's the today bit done. How will VR evolve in the next 5 years? What are you guys going to be doing in the next 5 years?
That's a good question. I was going to say, and I think for us, it's still keeping to the fundamentals of, this has to add value in a classroom. Where does that go? What's the integration with AI? I mean, that's the big question I'm sure everybody's asking. And we're looking at all of these things. But I think for us, we don't get schools to adopt technology for technology's sake. It has to come back to that core element of students understanding more, of students, and if they're immersed in that, they will grasp the concept better. So, we will only implement technology if it really adds that value. So I think for us, it's doing more of what we're doing things better. The space is huge. I mean, XR has really, has grown phenomenally with the launch of, a number of different large companies coming into the market, shall we say, in the consumer space. And I think, we've been in EdTech now for over 20 years, and understanding that shoehorning a consumer product into education doesn't work. So we're building stuff from the ground up for the classroom. So I think for us over the next 5 years, we're really looking at how we expand those experiences for the students, how we utilize some of the technologies that's coming and all of the development that's happening, and most importantly, how we make that even more seamless for teachers to deliver.
Thank you, Hugh. That was really informative. Very nice to see you again.
You too,
As
great
always,
to see you.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you
very much. Cheers.